Okay, we're live. Welcome, everybody. This is Donovan Saadiq. I am the recovering Democrat, and we are getting closer and closer to the midterm elections. And I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of information about the misleaders that are out there that keep trying to scare you into voting. This jackass right here, this guy right here, who gets his butter biscuits and is a paid Democratic operative, allegedly, basically said, I don't know if you guys heard what he said on one of his shows. I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. He basically told Black people, cursing at us. He doesn't curse to the Hispanics. He doesn't curse at the Asians. He definitely don't curse at the mass of white man. Does he use this type of language to discourage Black people from doing what they're supposed to be doing? So I'm going to get into that in a little bit. My name is Donovan Saadiq. I am the recovering Democrat, and it doesn't look good for the Democrats. People are waking up person by person, piece by piece. So do me a favor, please like, share, and subscribe. Better yet, put this on your platform so that some of your relatives could kind of understand and hear who the real Roland Martin is and what he actually stands for. Name calling and all this other stuff. Now, when Roland was fired from TV1, fired because he wasn't holding people, he can't hold the show, but he'd be the first about, I was in charge of for publishing companies. This is the guy. Then had the nerve to come down to YouTube and social media and tell us we don't know what we're doing, nor do we know what we are talking about. I work for TV1. I'm trying to get paid by the operatives. What you need to do is give me more money, master, and I'll tell the niggas what they need to know. This shit's not working. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but last week, Roland Martin, as smart as this man claims to be, educated man, he can wobble. You got a presidential candidate, and the most important question he asked Hillary Clinton at the time was, can you wobble? Can you wobble? Oh, you can't wobble? Oh, can you wobble? He said, write it down. He gave the date, and he basically told Black people that if the Republicans win the midterms and win the House or the Senate, and they get back into power, basically, he said that you are definitely ain't getting shit, much less an HR 40. Now, when I heard this, because I've been kind of doing other things, and at the local level, so I haven't really been on my YouTube channel on the national level as a recovering Democrat. I go to the lower level, in my community where my vote affects me more as the Inland Empire Informer. And I heard this, I said, what? What's he talking about? If the Republicans win the midterms, we definitely ain't getting shit. We've been voting Democrat and we haven't been getting shit. So what are you talking about, Roland? What are you talking about? Or maybe I need to, talk in your language. What are you talking about? We're definitely not getting shit. We've got Democrats in power and have been in power for 2 years, and we still ain't getting shit. We do all the voting. Asians got something. Afghans are getting something. The Ukrainians have an open checkbook. But you are telling me and others of us that if the Republicans get into office in the midterms and win the midterms, we're definitely not getting anything. We've been voting Democrat 96% plus in the last 60 years. What have the Democrats done for Black people specifically? You know, I'm getting tired of Roland getting caught in these lies and basically making an ass of himself. You're definitely not going to get HR 40. You're definitely not going to get HR 40. HR 40 is a study. HR 40 doesn't put any money in my pocket. It doesn't give me any tax breaks. It doesn't give me any reparations. It doesn't give me anything but a study. And then, my smart people out there that are listening, even if it did, the Democrats who are in power right now have been sitting on HR 40 for 2 years. Nancy Pelosi won't even bring it up. And you're worried about us not getting shit. Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? Think about that. For all you people, you civil rights era people who were like, yeah, that's right. You know, we don't vote here. We ain't going to get nothing. You haven't been getting anything. What are you talking about? Don't let this idiot scare you and use scare tactics to make you vote against your better interests. You guys are smarter than that. The new Black media, we have been waking up a lot of people. And in my community, in the local community that I live in, the candidates are terrible. These are some of the worst candidates I have seen on a slate in a long time. These are some terrible candidates. I mean, so people have been asking me, well, Donovan, you know, what should we do? How should we vote? Sometimes the best option is just not to vote. Vote your interests, but maybe you might need to skip mayor. Maybe you might need to skip assembly. Maybe you might need to skip council if it's that bad. And don't let people tell you, well, you know, the lesser evil. Voting for evil is evil. So that makes no sense either. So this is what we're faced with. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to talk about this because as smart as this man keeps claiming that he is, and he's this political guru and whatever, correct me if I'm wrong. 0 plus 0 still equals 0. And at least the Republicans ain't hiding their shit. They're saying, we ain't going to do nothing for you. So that's it. It's like going into a business that says, we refuse the right to refuse service to anyone. That's it. They don't want you in the establishment. You got to go. I would much rather deal with somebody that lets me know where they stand versus a group that tells me we're going to give you a study. The Asians didn't get a study. The Afghans didn't get a study. Ukrainians got an open checkbook. Haitians got put right on the damn plane and sent right back. This is kind of strange. And then where are our Black politicians that are in the streets and on the cameras and keeping this issue in the forefront of Black people being discriminated against and all this other stuff? Where are these people at? Nothing from Aunt Maxine. Nothing from Sheila Jackson Lee. Nothing from Al Green. Nothing from Karen Bass. Nothing from Cynthia, whatever her name is, blah, blah, blah. These gatekeepers, the boule. You guys are waking up, and I'm going to tell you guys this, continue to wake up. Vote your interests. Do not vote blue no matter who. You look ridiculous when you do that. We're the only groups that do that. No voting, no bucking. No voting, no vugging. What other group gets disrespected than we do? And this clown tells you if the Republicans get in, you definitely ain't gonna get shit. Well, the Democrats are in right now. And what are you getting? A lot of lip service, nothing tangible. You got Ralph Warnock, a pastor who is pro-choice if that ain't the devil himself? And then, even if you were going to give him the benefit of the doubt, how do you go into a debate against a candidate like Herschel Walker, who evidently is suffering from CTE effects, and he handles you hands down? Ralph Warnock never even answered a question fully, then gets caught in a lie that he's not evicting tenants. You guys are smarter than that. I'm going to bet on black every time. And I'm going to tell you, if you have a relative, if you have a friend, if you have a parent of the civil rights generation that is still putting their money in the Democratic Party, I would say you have a problem. Wake up, black people. We need to wake up. We have no friends. No permanent friends. We have no permanent friends. And we have no permanent interests. This might be good for me. This might be bad for me. You can't sit here and let these Democrats scare you into thinking everything Republicans stand for is bad. I don't believe that at all. Family values, family values. The Democrats want you to go out there and fight for the right to kill your babies. To kill your babies. You should have that right. But yet there's still laws on the books that if you kill a fetus or something like that, you can still go to jail and it's charged as a life. Either it's a life or it isn't a life. And I know I said that last thing wrong. But basically, let's say a vehicle manslaughter, it was an accident, and the woman happened to be pregnant. Why are you charged for 2 lives if it isn't a life? But the Democrats want you to have the ability to kill your own children. Stacey Abrams, 10 to 12 points behind in the polls. People are waking up, and I'm so proud of you guys that are seeing the writing on the wall. 10 to 12 points behind, and then has the nerve to say, if black men vote for me, I win. What are you offering us? What are you offering us? I can't vote in Atlanta because I'm in California. What are you offering us? Karen Bass here in California is blaming black men for the simple fact that she had to face a runoff. And if she doesn't get the black man's vote, she might not win. But yet, if you come to Los Angeles, when I was growing up in this area, black population of that Los Angeles was at a high of 13 to 16% in the 1970s and 80s. Black population in LA right now is estimated to be 9%. What happened? All of these black people across the nation, 50% of all of your homeless people are black. And yet they can't seem to solve homelessness, but can house Afghanistan's people from Afghanistan who were traitors to their country by collaborating with us, the United States. So they had to leave their country or the Taliban would have killed them, because they are what you would define basically by the definition, traitors and collaborators. We brought them here and we can house them, but we can't house our own people. You can't solve American homelessness, but you can house all of these immigrants. And then Roland Martin has the nerve to talk about black people need to form an alliance with immigrants. Recently in Maryland, D.C., Washington, D.C., Maryland, Washington, D.C. City Council recently voted, hasn't been approved yet. They recently voted almost unanimously to let illegals vote in elections. What country does that happen? What country can you be an illegal person and go in there and even get resources? I've traveled the world all of my life. All of my life. I was a military kid. I was a military person. I've traveled all over this globe, and I have never, ever encountered where you could go into a country illegally and you get the right to vote and have say so. But yet Roland Martin and the Democratic Party keep talking about how bad they need the Black vote. And yet you keep bringing these people in here when there's jobs are scarce as it is to replace us. And you act like we don't see this stuff going on. It's a scary moment, you guys. You guys have got to be real with it. Jay Bryson says, hold your vote. Sorry about this, guys. Jay Bryson says, hold your vote. Good ballot initiatives only. Exactly. Vote your interests. Vote your answers. Kenyon Perry says, salute everyone. Welcome, Kenyon Perry. Kenyon Perry, smash that like button. Jay Bryson, right. It's fear mongering. It's totally fear mongering. And he says, good. You guys got to remember, if you are living on the East Coast, your issues aren't the same as my issues here in California. So you have to vote your interests. I'm a recovering Democrat. Are there some good Democratic initiatives? Absolutely. There are some good Democratic initiatives. Are there some good Republican initiatives? Absolutely. That are for my interests. I don't know what they're going to be for your interests, but this straight ticket stuff, we need to stop it because it's detriment to what we need as a people. Stop listening to these gatekeepers like Roland Martin, who doesn't have anything to show for everything that he's doing. Roland Martin is auditioning for a job. He wants a job. These Tiffany Crosses, these Joy Reids, these Pierre Tion, whatever her name is, press secretaries. I mean, even in the presidential press briefings, the Africans are complaining like, hey, you don't even call on us. And we look like you. You won't even give us one question. And people constantly tell me the Democratic Party is the party of the people and the party of Black people. Where? Since the inception of the Democratic Party, they have been against Black people. The Democratic Party formed the Ku Klux Klan as the military wing of the Democratic Party. And who did the Ku Klux Klan kill, harass, and lynch? Black people. And people keep telling me that this is the party of Black people, and their history does not show that. You got a bird, two wings. The bird is flying. White supremacy on this wing to the left. You got white supremacy on this wing to the right. Both parties uphold white supremacy. In our recent history, our civil rights era people, who was the party that was opposing civil rights? Oh, that's right. It was the Democratic Party. That's right. How easily we forget about what and who is our enemy. So you guys, I just want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. Roland Bowling Ball Martin doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know if he had other people taking his tests in school, if he rode the short bus. I'm not exactly sure, but I am damn sure I know this. 0 plus 0 equals 0. We want tangibles. We want reparations. If you're not talking about reparations on your platform and a Black agenda, you don't get our vote. I'm Donovan Saadiq, the recovering Democrat. You can find me on the Demetra K Show on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm with Demetra K, and we talk about a whole lot of stuff. Again, you guys, do me a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe. But more important than that, because I don't care about the likes. I really don't care about all that. I care about the message. Get this message out, and please don't be discouraged by your civil rights era parents and your grandparents and, whatever the situation is. You might think that they're not listening, but they are. When this midterm thing is done and the Democrats get messed up and they lose power, maybe then they will start doing for us what they did for the other groups who rode on our backs. And then that's another thing before I go. And I say this all the time when I'm out in public and people are asking me questions politically here in California. We as a people have to stop worrying about other groups. They're not worried about us. There is no black and brown coalition. There never was. How do I know? Did you guys hear about the 4 councilmen in LA? Did you hear about that? Even our African brothers and sisters that come here, the minute they come here on resources that were specifically set aside for black people, affirmative action and all those things, these Caribbean people that have come here and all of that, and we're glad to have you. But what's the first thing that they say when they get here? What's wrong with you guys? You know, in Africa, this was this, in Africa, which is that. And I've been to Africa, and it is a beautiful country. But they're quick to say, brother, 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 yes, we need the reparations. No, 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 not you. You're not of our tribe. You go back to, and address your thing to England, France, Belgium, whoever you need to address it to. This is specifically for us. You're not of our lineage. You're not of our lineage. I had a friend send me a link because he hears me talk about all the time where Obama doesn't, oh, my love money, where Obama, they specifically asked Obama like years ago, Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy, they had asked them that, black people constantly bring up the fact that under your administration, you didn't do anything for black people. So he sent me this, the video of it. And I remember it from years ago. And Obama kept saying, well, I got healthcare done. Prison, juvenile incarceration dropped. Prison population dropped. Black poverty dropped. Black businesses increased. Black income went up when I was in office. That's a straight lie. That's a straight lie. Obama came into office in 2008. What was going on in 2008 was the housing crisis. People were losing their homes. A third of all black wealth was lost in 2008. Now, was it Obama's fault? No, because it initially started under the Trump administration. But what did Obama do to rectify the situation, specifically in the black community? Absolutely nothing. There were more millionaires made under the Obama administration than any time in the new tech age of technology. Out of those millionaires that were made, it is a minute number of black people who were part of that group. But white people boomed, and you could only boom when you already have the money to start a company like that. So use your common sense. If the housing market happened and predatory lending and all that other stuff was happening, correct? How could black income move up if we lost a third of our wealth overall as a people? Grouping all black people in America together, if it's a proven fact that income, a third of black income was lost because of losing our homes, how did black income go up? He's lying straight to your face. He's using the Democratic talking points. How can black business go up if people have lost their homes? Use your common sense. And why is it in the Democratic talking points, in the Democratic Party, jail and incarceration and crime seems to be only a black issue? Why is that? And then think about this. If you know anything about government, there's not that many black people in federal prison per capita if you do the statistics. Most black people are incarcerated in state prisons because the states have jurisdiction, not federal. So he's lying, talking points. And if you look at that video of Obama in the Charlemagne asked him specifically, what have you done specifically during your 8 years in administration for black people? And Obama never answered the question. Like Warnock, he went all the way around it, went back to federal prison reform, and dropping and stuff like that, because he knows he didn't do anything, even though he hates when people say that. These are just the facts. Perception is reality to a lot of people. Nothing was done under the Obama administration specifically for Black people, even though a lot of Black people like myself voted for him twice. Not going to make the same mistake again. But let me see what my love Money says. Moni. I've decided I will not be participating with neither the mayor, governor, president, none of them. You're not giving me reparations. Miss me with it. You will never get a vote from me. Barack was the last. Exactly. And sometimes when you're digging a hole, what's the first thing you do if you keep digging yourself in a hole? You stop digging. And sometimes the Democratic Party all the time think they have Black people backed into a corner. Well, we're way better than them. You know, we're the lesser of the two evils. No, we need to stop rewarding them for doing absolutely nothing. You know what the Democrats need? They need to lose a couple of election cycles before they get the message that we're not messing around. No tangibles, no vote. The Republicans can run this place to the ground, as far as I'm concerned. Because if they ran it to the ground, guess what? I'm already there. My people, we are a permanent underclass now. This is what this has gotten us. Lip service. It's just a fact. Look at your neighborhoods. You can't take a few Black people and say, wow, what progress we've made. Ooh, did you see Russell Wilson just signed a $250 million contract? One person. No. As a whole, Black people are failing. Stop being delusional to yourself. Look around you. 50% of the homeless in this country are Black people, but yet, according to the census, we're 13% of the population. 70% of people that are incarcerated are Black. We need to look at the numbers. You have history, you have English, you have all of these things. The only subject that you will ever learn that is universal and cannot be changed in the aspect of how you use it is math. You could use it anywhere on the planet and the numbers will still come out the same. Can you do accounting tricks? Absolutely, you could do accounting tricks. But the point is, math is universal. The facts are the facts. And Beverly says, fire. And Tawana says, Roland is hungry for a Democratic job. Exactly. He's just getting out there. Anita says, greetings, Donovan. All facts. Good morning, Miss Howard. How are you doing? Or good evening, but I'm going to tell you good morning before tomorrow. And Stephen Antoine says, evening, King. Yes. I'm a recovering Democrat. I'm thinking hard this time, bro. Thank you. Yes. Each one teach one, you know, I mean, in recovery, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while. People always ask me, Donovan, why do you call yourself a recovering Democrat? Because like an alcoholic or somebody who's a recovering drug addict, I'm always going to be a Democrat. Why am I a Democrat? My mama was a Democrat. My daddy was a Democrat. My granddaddy was a Democrat. My grandmama was a Democrat. Their grandparents, do you see what I'm saying? And we just don't know why. And you pull for a party. I want that drink, but I know it's bad for me. So I got to leave it alone. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what Roly-Poly Martin has been saying, and I'm showing you how stupid he is. If you're getting nothing from the Republican Party, which we know we're not going to get anything, they don't promise us nothing. The Democrats promise us all kinds of stuff, and we still get nothing. So 0 plus 0 equals 0. I'm Donovan Saadiq. I'm the recovering Democrat. You guys have a great evening. We'll see you guys on the Demetra K Show. Again, Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Moni, Tawana, Steve, Anita, we will see you guys then. Those guys are also co-hosts on the show. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later.